Q Jr. has an awesome new role in the Star Trek universe, one that improves on his father's work. In the new miniseries Sons of Star Trek, Q Jr. has sent Jake Sisko, Alexander Rosenko and Nog to an alternate universe. In Issue 2, as the trio work to return to their own reality, Q Jr. explains why he is subjecting them to this treatment, hinting at his new role. Sons of Star Trek No. 2 is written by Morgan Hampton and drawn by Angel Hernandez. Alexander has grown frustrated with Q Jr. Jake and Nog, also fed up with Q Jr.'s machinations, ask why he is doing it. Previously, Q Jr. had only said he was trying to help them. When pressed, Q Jr. explains that his father had put humanity on trial for their savage and violent nature. Q Jr. likens his father to judge, jury, and executioner. Q's son is stepping up his game in the Star Trek universe. Q Jr. has inherited his father's propensity for testing humans. Q and his newborn son wave as Captain Janeway in her ready room in the Star Trek Voyager episode, The Q and the Gray. Sons of Star Trek is a spin-off of IDW's flagship Star Trek title as well as its sister book Star Trek, Defiant. Jake and Alexander both played large roles in those books. During Day of Blood, both of them were forced to re-evaluate their relationships with their fathers. Jake reaffirmed his relationship with his dad. For Alexander, there is now, for the first time ever, a chance that he and his father, Worf, can reconcile their differences. Nog, who in his short years has become a highly regarded Starfleet officer, has also joined them, as has Q's son. Q, the Star Trek franchise's resident trickster figure, regularly pushes boundaries and buttons in his many appearances. Debuting in the Star Trek, The Next Generation premiere, Encounter at Farpoint, Q puts Picard and his crew on trial for the crimes of humanity. Although exonerated, Q continues to pester Picard. However, there is almost always a method to Q's madness, including creating his son, Q Jr. Born to restore order to the Q continuum in the wake of a civil war, Q Jr. instead becomes a petulant child, albeit a powerful and omniscient one. Q Jr. could one day surpass his father. Q Jr., like Jake, Alexander and Nog, is seeking his place in the universe. Image of Jake Sisko, Alexander and Q Jr. At its core, Sons of Star Trek is about the relationships these four share with their dads. Q Jr., who entered the world with unrealistic expectations placed upon him, is eager to carve out his own niche in the Star Trek franchise. He sees his father as being unnecessarily harsh at times, and wants to do better. Q Jr. does not want to see events spiral out of control and force a potentially deadly intervention from his father. However, he still has a lot to learn, but Q Jr. is off to a great start with his bold new role.